Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to Mom Jeans by NUTCASE. Thank you guys so much for being here. I would like to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You guys, I had to come on and talk to you guys about this HALLE and DDG situation because I told you guys this is a channel where I want us to evaluate our spiritual natures and really get in touch with the deeper meaning as to why certain situations take place. And I felt like I had to talk about this situation because I know at this point, with everything that has gone down, HALLE is being warned, and I'm about to explain to you guys why. So if you want to stick around for this commentary, be sure to do so. You guys be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like the video, you guys. I want you guys to get in the comments and let me know what you think about this hallebailey situation, what you think about DDG, what you think about Ruby Rose, what you think about Krishan jumping into the situation, and everything that took place thus far when it comes to hallebailey and DDG's relationship. I want to know what you guys think, so be sure to get it in the comments. And we're about to get into this, you guys, because there's a deeper meaning behind all of this that HALLE really should try her best to see. Like, I'm not gonna say she needs to do anything because every individual can do what they want to do, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like, if she doesn't see these red flags and these warning signs and do something about it now, she could literally ruin her career. Like, her career could go down the drain, like Whitney Bobby vibes. And I'm not saying that HALLE would be gullible or be put in a situation that she shouldn't be in, but she's being warned, y'all. She is being warned. She is being warned over and over again. She is being warned. And to be honest with you, I think she has a lot of loving people around her, but I don't know if she's really listening. So we're going to get into this whole topic, you guys. Definitely get into the comments. Let me know what you guys think, and let's go. So you guys, like, what? I mean, I know I said a lot in the intro, but right now I feel like hallebailey is being warned. She's being warned, and she needs to pick up on these warning signs and these red flags, honey, because if not, she could really be putting her career in jeopardy. And I know a lot of people have already spoken on this, and I feel like people have really gotten a good take from the situation. But what I wanted to add to this situation is that sometimes we as people make certain decisions that lead us down a certain path in our life, and those decisions are our decisions. Like, at the end of the day, no one can tell you what you need to be doing with your own life, and I don't want to come across like I'm trying to tell HALLE what she needs to be doing, but what I feel is that people are trying to show HALLE that she's making her life harder than what it has to be, because we've all experienced certain situations that have shown us and taught us that we were making our life harder than what it really had to be. And I think people love her personality, and I think that she's a really sweet woman. She's extremely talented, and she has a lot of potential for opportunities coming her way. And I think that people really just do not want to see her fall because of a raggedy broke. Okay, that's what people don't want. And I think that, yes, she does need to open her eyes and see that. As we talk about this topic, you guys, I'm going to be having some of the tweets and screenshots on the screen. I really don't want to play any of like the videos because her sister came on and did a video, and Krishan came on and did a live video. And then also I think somebody recorded DDG when he was on Twitch or a live stream or Instagram or something like that where he was live. But I feel like there's plenty of T blogs where you guys can go and get that information information, but I'm just going to be highlighting a few things that I want you guys to think about when it comes to you guys possibly dealing with this situation in your own life, and also when it comes to evaluating other people's decisions and looking objectively at the way that people make decisions and why. I think it's important to think about not only the actual situation, but what goes deeper beyond the situation. I don't know, maybe I'm not seeing it. You guys correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I really think that the only reason why Halle is with DDG is because her image is extremely pure. Like, she has a really strong good girl image. She doesn't have a lot of edge. And I don't know if a lot of people are thinking about this, but this whole relationship could definitely be staged. As we know, celebrities always stage relationships, and they always fake relationships for professional gain or some type of progression in the industry. So I think a lot of people are concerned about Halle because they know her image is so pure, but I don't think that people are thinking about the fact that she could be trying to add a little bit of edge to her image. I mean, if you think about it, Chloe kind of did the same thing because she was out here fooling around with Gunna. And apart from their music careers, I most remember Chloe and Hallebailey for their role on Grownish, because I didn't really like Blackish, but I really did enjoy the Grownish TV series. So I know on that show, it was like a college setting, but it was more wholesome and very innocent. Like, she may be trying to make herself look a little bit more rough around the edges or add a little bit more character to her image to step outside of that good girl facade. She may be tired of being in that good girl facade. She may be ready to kind of branch out and possibly lash out. She could have possibly been so rigidly connected to that good girl image to where she's kind of sick of it right now. And all of this could be staged, and DDG is ultimately taking the fall for it. Now, what I don't want is for y'all to think that I'm exhibiting pick-me behavior, because it's gonna be niggas, and we know that. And I really hope that if this is a situation where Halle is deciding to stay with DDG or be with DDG, knowing his reputation, knowing his history, knowing the person who he is, because we really don't know who he is. He only knows who he is, to be honest. Even she don't know who he is, for real. Even if Ruby Rose or any of his exes think they know who he is, he's the only one who really knows deep down the type of person who he is. And it's gonna be niggas. So I'm not excusing anything that he's doing. I just am offering a different perspective, because I agree that no matter like what type of image that you want to have, because I'm not a celebrity and I can't begin to assume how it feels to be a celebrity, but no matter what type of image that you have, whether it's on a global scale, worldwide scale, internet fame, some type of influencer position, or even within your own community amongst people that you know or your family or friends, it's never good to be in the type of situation that Halle is in right now. Like, as a woman, you really want to try your best to avoid situations with men where they are exhibiting traits of a person who has some type of attention issues. I feel like he has attention issues. I feel like he could be dealing with some childhood trauma where he was ignored as a child. I don't know anything about DDG or his story, but for somebody to go online and create drama about a person who literally stays out of the way like Halle, that's really low, and that's really pathetic as an individual. Like, if this is not some type of publicity stunt where maybe she's helping him get some views on his videos, but girl, like, that's the problem too. Like, Halle doesn't need to pull any type of publicity stunt like this to get any clout or traction on her projects. So it might be, but it might not be. But if it's not, that's really foul. And I feel like Halle is being warned, because she's about to have this whole Little Mermaid movie come out, and she's had a lot of opportunities in her life besides The Little Mermaid. She's also an extremely talented musician along with her sister Chloe, and they both have come from, to me, what is represented as good stock. Like, nobody was there with them growing up except for them. But to me, it seems like they are cut from a different cloth, and a cloth that's more aware of the way that they're being presented within different situations. But I don't know, sometimes that can work against you too, because once you get out here into the mainstream, it's something that's really extremely difficult to maintain. I feel like Halle needs to keep that in mind, because even if she is doing some type of publicity scheme to add some spice to her image, image, so to speak. I don't think this is necessarily the right way to do it. Like, I would see her, or I would hope maybe, possibly, that she would go about it in more of like a Lori Harvey way, where she's not looking as if she's dumb in the situation, because this is not giving her an edge to me. It's more so coming off as if she's looking dumb. And I know she's not dumb, and I'm not saying that she's dumb, but it's a situation where this whole relationship at this point is making her look bad. And that's why I feel like she's being warned, because it was already a situation where it was making her look bad, just being as she was such a high level celebrity and he was more so on an influencer stage, where she was bringing more to the metaphorical table that people like to talk about. It's not a good look. And I feel like because it's not a good look, she is going to end up being the one who takes a hit professionally and socially from the whole situation. Now, what I also feel is that she's young. I think she's like, what, 23? I don't know how old she is. Okay, yeah. So she's 22 and he's 25. At the beautiful age that Halle is at, there's still a lot of things that she's got to sift through. Like, there's things that she has to learn in her life. So while we all may be telling her like, hey, this is a bad look, you might not want to do this, he could be a clout chaser, he's making you look bad, you're pulling him up from the gutter, whatever it is that people want to say, right? She has to learn that for herself. And unfortunately, in her position, there's way more at stake with our current views of celebrity status. There's way more at stake for her realizing that the hard way than it would be for a regular person realizing that they were dealing with somebody who was acting the way DDG is acting now. There's more for her at stake because this is like her whole career. So I think she definitely deserves the space to be able to learn the lessons that we all have had to learn. But I also feel, on the other hand, while two things can be true at the same time, she may not have the space to be able to learn this lesson the hard way because it could tarnish her image for the rest of her life. That's why I kind of brought up Whitney Bobby vibes, because if you look at Whitney Houston, even though I know this might not be the greatest example because more things have come out about Whitney Houston, but if you look at it from the public image standpoint, her public image of purity was tarnished because of his image and the way that he was portrayed, the way that he portrayed himself, and the way that he came off to the public. So we all know the way that turned out, and it didn't turn out well. And I think that's why Halle is being warned, because when you get into a situation with someone and it's a romantic relationship, I don't think that you should be listening to what other people have to say. Unfortunately, they don't have a choice because they're in the public eye. And I think that because of this fact, Halle may not be listening to her better judgment, just because she may be getting so much flack and criticism from all sides regarding everything that she does, that she may not be able to see clearly that this is a negative situation because she's so used to receiving criticism about everything. However, I do feel that when you begin to see signs about a person's behavior, you can't ignore them. And I really think that she's been seeing signs about his behavior possibly from the beginning. I really think that she has a loving heart and that she wants to support him. And apparently it's come out that she was still supporting him and that the devil is going to try to do whatever the devil is going to try to do, whoop-de-whoop, blase blah. But girl, it's like, unfortunately, my foresight tells me that she may regret saying that in the future, because we've all been in situations where a man, or not all of us, but a majority of us have been in situations where a man will tell us one thing and literally be telling another woman or several other women a totally different story that contradicts what they said to us, just so that everybody could be in line. Because oh my god, y'all, if I told you the story time of the whole situation between my youngest son's father and his baby mama and everything that I had to deal with that, like, you never want to start getting out here defending these men against the women that they were dealing with before, because you really only have one side of the story when you're dealing with these men, and most of the time it's patchy. Okay, it looks like a slice of Swiss cheese because their part's missing. And you never want to get in between a man and a woman who have a toxic trauma bond going on, where they go back and forth with each other for the pure adrenaline rush and the endorphin boost that they get from getting attention from other people, and the fact that it makes the other one mad that the other one is getting attention from other people, and it's just a mess. And some women go along with it because they just want the attention. Some women are gullible and they don't really know and they have to learn, and some women are just delusional and they don't want to realize realize it. But this is what men do. And I mean, women do it too. People do it. It's really a people problem. But that's why we have to be so aware when it comes to our surroundings and when it comes to the energy that we are being brought. And Halle is being brought negative energy from DDG. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody else has to say about it. Halle is being brought negative energy from DDG, and he's bringing a negative vibration to her aura, or that which is her aura that she wants to create. And I don't think it's a good look. And I feel like she is being warned through this situation to go ahead and drop him and let him go. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out is a lot of times we don't realize as humans that when we're about to take off and go to a place in our life that is elevated from the current situation that we are in, we have things, people, places, and things, nouns, that are removed from our life. They're removed from our life for a reason, because we're about to elevate. So what I also predict is that Halle is about to elevate. She's about to elevate to a new level. She's about to elevate to a higher status. And literally, this situation was the universe, God, whoever you believe in. It was their way of removing the trash from your life. You know, for example, if you want to use this metaphor, when you move into a new house, you don't bring all your trash and the things that you don't need and the things that are broken from your old house with you to the new house unless you absolutely need it, right? Like, you may have some clothes that you don't fit anymore or that are outdated. You could have some dishes that may be worn down and you want to just throw them out, or decor items that you feel like are outdated, and either you give them away or you throw them away because you're elevating to a new status. The only time that you take things with you is if you absolutely need it. And I feel like she is about to elevate to a new status. And this was a way that God was trying to show her, or that the powers that be were trying to show her about the trash that needs to be removed from her life before she elevates. And that's the risk that you really take when you don't pay attention to the red flags. You could be slowing down your ascension process. You could be slowing down your elevation process because you're not allowing the people, places, or things that no longer serve you in your life to fall off. And I don't think she's letting him fall off. And I really feel that she should evaluate this a little more and think about her actions and his actions, because if it's not a publicity stunt and this is her real relationship and it's unfolding this way, God is trying to tell her to go ahead and leave him in the gutter where she found him. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but his personality, like, I even like some of DDG's music. Like, I'm not even mad at his music, but his personality is so problematic, and I feel like it will ruin or tarnish some, if not all, of the image that she's created for herself if she allows him to continue to wreak havoc in her life. Because look at what's going on. Like, Krishan and Blueface, they can create their own attention, but it's negative attention, right? Ruby Rose, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, because I really don't know who Ruby Rose is. I feel like she's a female rapper, but like, is she on the level of HALLEbailey? You get what I'm saying? Not in my mind, because I know who HALLEbailey is, but I really don't know very much about who Ruby Rose is. That could be because I'm not really like as interested in the rap genre, but Ruby Rose does not have the same type of clout and influence as HALLEbailey. I don't care what nobody says. And if you think about it, between DDG, Ruby Rose, Krishan and Blueface, and Halle, who is the one that has the best reputation? Who is the one that has the most influence? Who is the one who has the most to lose out of the situation? It's Halle. So look at all of this drama and how it's being connected to her, and how her image and her energy and her vibration is carrying all of these low life succubus energies through some type of threshold that they really don't even deserve to go through anyway, because of how they conduct themselves. And I'm not trying to sit here and say what people deserve or don't deserve, but I'm tired of people not being honest and telling the truth about situations. Some of these influencers and some of these celebrities do not deserve to be influencers and celebrities, and the only reason why they are is because of the agenda that's trying to be pushed to all of us in the public. And they're gullible enough, unethical enough, insecure enough, and weak enough to feel like it's okay for them to propel and project that narrative, and that's just what it is. So you can see it in your regular life, you can see it within your relationships, you can see it within celebrity relationships, you can see it within politics or whatever you want to call it, but it's an energy that is grasping onto the light that Halle is putting off so that it can continue to be perpetuated and feed off of whatever success that she has. So I'm just letting you know how I feel about the situation, because honestly, it's trashy to me. It's a really trashy situation. And when you're a young lady or a young woman coming up and you feel like you're in love with somebody, a lot of times it's hard for you to see the red flags. But if you scroll through TikTok or any social media platform, you'll see plenty of women who can explain the symptoms of a jealous man. And DDG to me gives off jealous vibes. He gives off envious vibes. He gives off self-centered, attention-seeking vibes. And he gives off petty. So to me, he would do anything to keep the attention on him. And if she's the one who's getting a majority of the attention or the majority of the publicity, ain't no telling what he would do to get the attention back on him. And obviously with his actions, we can see that. That's the type of relationship that you want to avoid, because you could really ruin your entire life. The last thing I want to see is Halle end up pregnant by this man or something crazy, because he seems like the type of person who would vengefully try to get her pregnant so that he could be the one who is the most popular, or that he could be the one who's the most famous, or so that he can have that position of leader in the relationship to boost his ego in some way. And it also feels like to me that Halle, first of all, she needs to stop hanging out with Krishan, because that's a horrible influence, and she really does not need to involve herself with those types of people, because it makes her look bad. Like, it really, you don't understand when you're in it, but it really makes you look bad. And what I hope this situation will help her to do is to really start thinking about the dynamic that she has in her relationship between her and DDG, and to start paying more attention to the dynamic that DDG has with his ex, Ruby Rose, because she seems like she's jealous too. And when there's a man and a woman who are low vibrational together, and they both hold a very petty, jealous, vengeful energy towards somebody who's succeeding, there's no telling what they'll do to try to take you down. So that's why in my mind, I just feel like separating herself from the situation, Halle would be much better off, because at this point what it looks like is he's got some type of narcissistic, sociopathic tendencies where he likes to gaslight people. And I mean, to be honest with you, they throw the word narcissist and sociopath around so much that sometimes there's really no point to using it, because people use it so much that it gets played out. But on the flip side of that, sometimes I feel that our society has become extremely narcissistic and sociopathic, to where there's a higher percentage of people who go undiagnosed with these symptoms, and we have to learn how to navigate through that and deal with it. And I just think it would be better off for her to just walk away from him in the situation right now, because he's trying to sink his teeth in, he's trying to get his claws in her, and I just don't want to see her go down the wrong path. But that's just what I see from my personal observation, you guys. So y'all be sure to get in the comments and let me know what you think. Is this some type of publicity stunt where Halle could be trying to alter her image or make herself look a little bit rougher around the edges? Could this possibly be a situation where she knows full well what is going on, and maybe they're just honest in their relationship about the situation? Or do you think she's being manipulated by DDG and Ruby Rose could be in on it, or they could still have something going on the back end that Halle might not want to face? Y'all be sure to get in the comments and let me know what it is that you think about this situation. Be sure, if you guys have not subscribed, to hit the subscribe button, you guys. Like the video. Let me know what you guys think honestly, okay? Be sure to turn on post notifications as well, so you can be caught up every time I post. And I will see you guys next time. And as always, please do not forget, that's why they call them mom jeans, honey, because everybody can't fit in them. Bye.
Okay, ladies, pay attention to this video. Share it to as many women, even your daughters. There's some good information I'm about to drop here, because I'm sick and tired of this misogynistic crap that is being spewed out in these male podcasts. It is toxic masculinity, and I'm just over it. Misogynistic men are narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic. Let's be clear. Their number one agenda is to use toxic women to destroy good women. I'll repeat. The number one goal of misogynistic, narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic, abusive men is to use toxic, abusive, narcissistic women to destroy good women. They pit women against each other. This is why we as women are so divided when it comes to trying to defeat or shut down these types of men. They know how to weaponize toxic women and use those toxic women against us. This is why we as women, many of you have dealt with, married a narcissistic man. And when you got with him and you found out he was cheating, You found out at the end of the relationship that his mama was helping him to cheat and lie behind your back. His sister was helping him to lie and cheat behind your back. His baby mama, his ex-wife. These types of men thrive off of using toxic women to harm good women. This system is called triangulation. They pit women against each other to feed their own egos out of their own insecurities. But at the same time, these very same misogynistic, toxic, narcissistic, abusive, sociopathic, psychopathic men, they hate women because they're watching these toxic women abuse good women. And in their minds, they're like, wow, bitch, you're that dumb to fucking hurt another woman for a man? So they're looking at these toxic women with a low level of respect, even though they need them. And these women are helping them to harm good women. They still look at these women with some form of disrespect and they despise them. So this is why they hate us so much, because we are willing to hurt ourselves over a fucking man. We are willing to kill, destroy, smear, disrespect good women over a man. This is why men don't fucking respect us, because of these Jezebel ass, toxic ass bitches. Oh, I'm thirsty. Use me, pick me. I'll help you cheat on this good woman. I'll help you beat up this good woman. I'll help get her fired. Use me. I'm desperate.